So it's Jake Carter who will get things underway for Workington Town. He places the ball on the kicking tee. We await the referee's whistle. There it goes, and away we go for the start of the game. It's kicked all the way down to Junior Seru, who took it on the left-hand side of the field. He powers his way forward just over the 30-metre line. Despite all his experience, he's only scored one try this season, which is quite surprising. Mark Ioane takes the next carry, and he brushes through 3 defenders who just about hung on to what they could. He made about 12-13 metres. Sim handing on into the middle of the field. I think that's Barrett underneath that particular challenge. He'll play it just shy of the halfway line. Whitmore goes left and goes to Jordan Sim. Sim makes 6 or 7 metres on that carry. So they're successfully getting through the end of the first set. The kick goes up in the air from Dallimore, and underneath it is the youngster Talentire, and he's welcome to first team rugby league. He carries the ball 10 metres down the ground.
That's a perfect start for him, really.
Managed to keep any nerves at bay, didn't he? Got well positioned there. There is an error, however, by Workington on the next carry, and it's Rio Corkill. And I think I was praising him before the game, wasn't I, about how solid he is in backfield. And normally that is just right, but he's come up with a bit of a howler there and dropped the ball.
Yeah, to be fair, I'll admit that was a really good tackle as well, though, because he got down quite low and forced the error. So the Hornets are in a strong position here. But
Matt Ioane was it?
Yeah, it was,
yeah. So you mentioned Hornets in a really strong position, central position in the middle of the field, about 25 metres away from the try line. It's fed, and Whitmore sweeps it out to Hanson, and Hanson finds some support to his right hand side. They're just inside that 20-metre line, about 5-10 metres in from touch. They brought it to a far more central position with Barrett, one of those underrated championship forwards. And he's rolled to the deck, about 12 metres out from the line. Bear Williams involved in that hit. It's a good run from Mark Ioane on the next carry. He's left of centre. And again, Whitmore lining things up, puts it in field to Dallimore. Dallimore across to Hanson. Hanson moves it further to the right-hand side. Flanagan further wide. That looks like it was a cracking finish, but the referee has ruled it out. The touch judge's flag rose up. Ended up being a cracking tackle on Chippendale.
Yeah, an absolutely outstanding tackle right in the corner, because it looked for all money that it was going over for the first 4 points of the afternoon. But no, great cover defensive that work there to make sure that Town keep Rochdale at bay.
So I think that was a warning across the bows, that wasn't it?
Yeah.
From a Rochdale point of view, they looked sharp, they looked quick, moving the ball down the right-hand side. But it's Town in possession with Evan Lauder, who I'm sure there'll have been words spoken about his offload game. Goes down that left-hand side with Oscar Doran. Doran powers into the challenge. Carries 3 players back another couple of metres after contact. Stevie Scoley swapping passes with Grant Reid. Grant Reid funnels his way forward too. 35 metres away from their own line here, Workington. On the left-hand side of the field, it's brought through the middle with Scoley, who links with Doran, who in turn finds a strong runner in Jack Ainley. Ainley plays it just shy of the halfway line. Callum Phillips goes and links with Scoley. Scoley on the front foot. Met full on by Barrett. Helped out by 2 other defenders from a Hornets point of view. Last tackle, it's out on the left-hand side. Kick comes in from Carter. Goes over the head. Oh, that's played at, to be honest, from Flanagan. He's got work to do. Does it really well in the end, but then gets tipped up in the defence. And as a result, there is a penalty which goes against against Workington Town here. Tip tackle.
Yeah, it was just slightly mistimed, that one, I think it's fair to say there. And a good kick though on the whole from Carter, in the sense of the length he got on it, and made a good effort. But now, got to defend this set pretty well.
We've been going for how long in this game?
About a couple of minutes.
In this one, yeah. So ball comes in field. Off Whitmore to Ioane. Tell you what, he's carrying with a bit of venom early on in this game. Whitmore will scoop it to the left hand side. Finds some big running from Ethan Wood, ever present this season for Rochdale Hornets, 25th appearance of the year for him. Sim in the middle of the field, just straightens things up for Rochdale. The 40 metres away from the Town line. Whitmore picks up out of dummy half and goes to Ioane again. Attracts the defenders, and that was excellent line speed from Stevie Scoley. Tackled him low down. Only made 2 or 3 metres on that carry. They're on the last, and Dallimore on the left-hand side of the field goes really high with the kick. Oh, and then it's spilled and it goes back in favour of who? Referee checking with his touch judge. It's going to be a turnover here for Workington Town. Correct decision?
It's hard to see from this angle. I think it could have gone either way in that sense.
Okay, here is Corkill. Much more cleaner pick up and run. Comes down this right hand side. Oh, that was good work there initially from Galea, but he's knocked on into the challenge. Tell you what, he ran really strongly there, did Zarin Galea, but I think he's nudged it forward into there. So
yeah, I think he went into the tackle there, and he just got slightly he just got taken out slightly, and the ball got dislodged.
So they're about 25 metres away from the try line here at Rochdale Hornets. Dallimore to feed. Flanagan's on the move down the right hand side, and Hansen gives in the ball, but it's a good challenge that heads his way from Mason Luthway. 15 metres away from the try line now, Rochdale asking a few questions now. Ioane with another strong carry, all held by the Rochdale middle, by the Town middle though. 12 metres out from the line. Whitmore brings it left. Here's Dallimore stepping back to the middle, straightening up now. Goes within 5 metres of the line. There's another penalty heading the way here of Rochdale. I think there was a challenge off the ball, which the referee has penalised. So this could be a simple 2 points here for Flanagan if he fancies it, which he does.
Yeah, it's not been the greatest start in terms of a couple of errors with penalties and knock-ons here for Town, but they'll just hope to put that at the back of their minds now and, you know, focus on the next set basically and see what they can do.
7 minutes of the game gone. It's going to be a kick from directly in front from Flanagan, so you'd fancy him to kick Hornets into an early advantage. Directly in front of the post. You're listening to coverage this afternoon courtesy of BBC Cumbria Sports. We're live via the BBC Sports website and app, and also I believe via your smart speakers as well. So Flanagan taking his time, knows it's important to get Rochdale away to a good start, and he's certainly done that. So the visitors lead by 2 points to nil thanks to that goal kick. 1 from 1. I mean, to be honest, he's a quality kicker. He could have put that over his carpet slippers, I think.
Yeah, he's been really good throughout the season, especially with kicking, and they'll look to try and stop him, you know, in those kind of areas again in the attacking sense as well. But no, really good kick there from Flanagan. So
Jake Carter back on the halfway line for Workington Town, gets us underway. It's a lengthy restart. Dallimore is underneath it, takes it on the full, hands it on to Ioane, and that's a smashing hit coming his way from Bear Williams. Took all the sting out of his run, and he's put down inside his own 20-metre line. Here comes Junior Sow, and even he's only able to make a couple of metres further forward. This is a good response after conceding points. Dallimore moving the ball wide to Hansen. Hansen putting it right to Flanagan. Flanagan feeding it out to Unsworth. Unsworth close to the touchline. He'll play it to Chippendale, who sends it infield. Hansen gets rid of it quickly to Barrett. He barrels his way beyond the 40-metre line, beyond halfway. That's a great run from Barrett, that.
Yeah, strong, and he's got a set restart as well on top of it.
Wow, he's done really well there. Hornets running strong. Sim with the next carry, falls to the challenge of Callum Phillips. Dallimore down this left-hand side, links with Sow. Sow wrong foots a couple of defenders, gets inside the 20-metre line. Whitmore works dummy half. Dallimore's called for it. Oh, he juggles with it, runs across the middle, receives a hit there from Stevie Scoley. We play on, and it goes down the right-hand side to Unsworth. Tell you what, he stayed down as Dallimore after that. It was a heck of a hit, that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was indeed. It was a bone rattler, as they would say.
Barrett runs 15 metres out from the try line, directly underneath the shadow of the post. Slow play the ball from Barrett as well. Scoop to the right hand side. Oh, that was a lovely short pass, that. They'll go close to getting over the line. Ends up being a good tackle on Brady Stat, and they go from dummy half. Can he ground it? I think he's managed to do so as Whitmore. So Whitmore just pushing forward from that dummy half position, scoring in the 10th minute.
Yeah, disappointing one that for terms of Town there. I think it was quite a soft try to concede. because they were quite close to the area, and again it's just kind of one that I don't think John Scott would be pleased at whatsoever, because defensively you could kind of see it was on, but yeah, they weren't strong enough on their actual own line there. But just I think errors here and mistakes are costing them dearly at the moment.
Yeah, current penalty count 2-0 in favour of Hornets. They've also had a set restart, and there was that early spillage as well, wasn't there, from Corkhill?
There's been 2 so far, yeah.
There was one from Gallia as well,
yeah.
You're right, yeah. Arguably 2 of the more dependable players for Town this season.
But you've just got to put it to the back of your minds in this sense now, and literally just focus on what's coming, because we're only 10 minutes into the game, there's another 70, so it's just about getting back into the match and back on the front foot as much as possible, getting ball into good areas and go from there.
So, Flanagan over on that right hand side of the field. He's about 10 metres in from the touchline. Starts his run up, swings the right peg at it, and it's wide. So the scoreline remains 6-0 in favour of Rochdale Hornets early on in this game. So Town just need to see what they can do. So Carter back on the halfway line. Getting plenty of experience on these restarts. Sends it high. Dallimore comes for it. And once again it's handed back to Ioane. And once again the Town trap is sprung, isn't it, in defence?
It is. I'm loving this battle with both the middles from both sets of sides at the moment.
There's TJ Boyd appearing in the middle of the field. Whitmore darts away from dummy half, clears the 30, heads towards the 40, rolled on his back. In midfield, he plays it to Dallimore. Dallimore throws a dummy, takes on the markers, keeping them honest, but the markers come up with the stop. Good work, Stevie Scully and Bear Williams. Short running is Jordan Sim. I thought that was forward. The referee agrees.
Yeah, it was good. I don't think that was flat. I think that was just a couple of yards too forward, and we were in the perfect angle here, just pretty much dead central to the pitch. So yeah.
And just for the second time in these first few minutes of the game, we'll see Workington go inside the Rochdale half. They just haven't really been in there other than on the kicks.
Yeah, no, they haven't really. They had the Jake Carter kick, wasn't they? But that was still in from his own half. But now he's kind of trying to throw a little bit of shape, but also just kind of see out the set from here and see where they can go.
So the experienced Jamie Doran looks to feed this scrum. It's picked up by Callum Phillips at the base. He goes right to Corkhill. Corkhill runs towards that 40-metre line, 20 metres in from the right touch line. Talentire is the man at dummy half. And the 18-year-old goes to another man who stepped up from the amateur game this season, and Jack Ainley. Ainley plays it just outside of the 30. It comes across to Bear Williams. He leads with Carter. Carter drops it back to Luthwaite. Luthwaite gets really well marshalled in that defensive effort from Barrett. I think Bradish was also involved in that one. Brought back towards the middle. Here comes Williams. Williams 23 metres away from the line. Phillips goes to Grant Reid, who goes out to the right hand side. Eventually he reaches the arms there of Ainley. Jack Ainley does well, reaches the 10-metre mark. Last tackle signal of the set. Here's Doran. Doran throws a dummy, surges on. Oh, he got quite close to the line there. It was worth an effort from him.
Yeah, it was, absolutely. I think that was, like I said, I think that was a really good set, to be honest, and look at exactly where Rochdale are now having to come out literally a couple of metres away from the try line here, so without scoring points, a pretty good set.
Chippendale runs from deep, just 10 metres away from his own line, plays it. Whitmore scoops it out to Bradish. Former St Helens man rolled on his back just inside the 20-metre mark. Whitmore's calling for a penalty, it's not forthcoming. They again take another stern carry in midfield. Nice quick play of the ball. And again, Hornets doing well to push their way out towards their own 40-metre line. Whitmore moves into dummy half again, sends it left to Jordan Sim. He's doing a lot of early carries in this game, he's Jordan Sim, and he goes over the halfway line.
He does very good carry that from Jordan Sim.
Last tackle, ball back with Hanson. He's got the chance to put the spin on it. This is an early test, and it goes between winger and fullback, and will in the end bounce harmlessly behind the in-goal line and dead.
Yeah, they don't let rugby ball bounce, but in that sense it was quite a lucky one there.
So Doran taps it Oscar Doran, that is, on the 20 metre line. Powers his way forward. He's a powerfully built winger, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's really worked on his game throughout the season as well.
And here's Zaringalia. Much better carry on this occasion. Town up to their own 40 metre line. Infield, it's moved by Carter to Evan Lawther. Gets past one, gets past two, gets past the third. He's still going, he's motoring forward. He's got all the way to the 40 metre line in the Rochdale half. Quick play the ball. Callum Phillips goes to Carter to his left hand side. They're coming down the middle. And at the moment, there's metres to be made. Here's Stevie Scoley. Through that middle he goes. Challenge Whitmore. Gets a bit of a passive tackle from him as well. 10 metres away from the try line. It's moved left to Doran. Doran kicks it wide, looking for his namesake Oscar. Well taken there by Chippendale, 2 metres away from his own line. They're certainly putting a couple of early testers the way of Chippendale. Hornets inside their own 10 metre mark as Unsworth, the former Salford man, roll 5 metres from the floor. Again, not much doing for Flanagan. Just 11 metres away from his own line is where he plays it. Long ball from Whitmore to his left hand side. Powerful hit coming in on TJ Boyd, who rode it well to his credit. Just outside the 20 metre line he goes. He's clutching the back of his neck, however. And the referee is going to stop the clock as it stands. The Hornets physio ran straight onto him. So they're going to do a bit of a check on his neck here, I think. I didn't really see too much in it. I just thought it was a good tackle, to be honest, Harvey. Did you see any different?
Yeah, well, I'm in the same boat, to be honest, in that sense. I don't think there's too much in it, but like I say, he looks like he's quite hurt here, so maybe he did catch him ever so slightly high, but yeah, like I say, I didn't see too much in it myself. What
we have seen over the last sort of 2 or 3 minutes is Town starting to come into this game a lot more, haven't we? They've worked a bit of field position. They've got a bit of ball, to be fair, which they've sort of asked 1 or 2 little questions. I'd like them to be asking more, in fairness, but they're getting themselves back in the rhythm of the game, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, yeah, and I think if anything, a couple of the players were a little bit too deep in certain scenarios. So when we saw the Jamie Doran kick into the corner, Oscar Doran was probably slightly too deep, but that's being very nitpicking.
18 minutes of the game gone. It's back up and running as Ioane managed to make a few metres after contact. Last tackle signalled. It's back with Dallimore. They put a bit of pressure on him, and as a result, he's kicking straight down the field. A simple take, really, for Jaden Talentire. And the youngster looks to return and returns it well to the 40 metre line. Oh, but he's erred on the floor. Ends up being a good tackle, that, to be honest, from Unsworth. Again, just dislodged the ball, but it's another mistake for Town inside their own half.
Yeah, it is, and you need to defend well constantly in those kind of scenarios if you're going to keep making errors, and that's not exactly what John Sigoli won't be happy with at the moment, in terms of just putting yourselves under such a serious amount of pressure in such dangerous areas.
He'll be looking at completion rates, and already they've come up with 3 errors, so what can Rochdale do off the back of it? Dallimore dummies once, brings it down this left-hand side. Oh, he's stepping, he's taking on a couple of defenders. Eventually, Jack Ainley brings him down. Inside the 30 metre line, go Rochdale Hornets. There's a real wide pass for Sim, and he finds Hanson. Hanson then fired it out to Bradish, who put the ball down. It's cleaned up by Jaden Talentire, and the referee waves all on. So I think we've got 6 tackles from this particular point now, where Corkill is tackled inside his own 30. Phillips goes right. Doran gets rid of it quickly. Zaringalia, hardly recognise him now, he's had a haircut. Gone for a short back and sides. Here's Bear Williams. Solid hit up and put down near the halfway line. Nice quick play the ball. Stevie Scoley links it left with Carter. Carter throws the dummy, surges on. Over the 40 metre line he goes. Inside the Rochdale Hornets half. He'll be after a quick play the ball. And Phillips has handed on to Scoley. Scoley took the real impact there of Mark Ioane. A real clash of 2 experienced forwards there as the kick comes in from Jake Carter. It's a little bit too long. Simple take for Chippendale, 5 metres from his own line. That pass didn't look the most convincing to Flanagan, but the referee's in a much better position than we are, and Hornets continuing with Unsworth, crashing just over that 20 metre line. He'll play it, and the ball goes wide. Oh, little dummy in comes in, I think that's TJ Boyd underneath that. Lovely work from him. Now there won't be any dummies thrown by Junior Sow. Instead it's all power, it's all brute force, and he's worked his way inside the Workington half of the field down this left hand side. It goes back to the middle with Hanson, and he drops it back looking for Barrett. Barrett late offload to Whitmore. Whitmore tried to curve into an opening, but it's a good job. Mason Luthwaite was there. Last tackle signalled here. Ball goes right. Hanson gets boot on it. Sends it long. And Talentire takes it comfortably enough. Commands the position. He's pretty well built for an 18-year-old kid, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
15 metres out from the own line town. Ball goes down that left-hand side with Lawther. I'm sure he was looking to offload. We have got a stoppage in play here. Barrett receiving attention in the backfield, and the attacking line was moving up to where the injury was, so we do have to stop the game, don't we?
Absolutely, 100%.
So still 6 points to 0 in favour of Rochdale Hornets. Where do you see this game as it stands at the moment, having been up and running for probably around the first 20 minutes of the game?
Yeah, around that mark, yeah. It's hard to say in terms of the first 10 minutes. I think they were struggling a lot with Workington, but I think they're starting to grow into the game more, scoring a little bit more like plays out. I think that last couple of sets where not making errors is absolutely critical in this scenario, because you don't want to be giving this Hornets side any sort of momentum up the field, and that's what they have done in the first 10 minutes. But obviously they made the error just a couple of minutes ago, but overall getting a little bit better. And then if you can get into the last 20-30 metres, then they can maybe throw a little bit more shape at Rochdale and see what they can, all the stuff they've planned in training, they can go from there.
And what do you make of Rochdale?
Very good side at the moment. I think they've started pretty well.
They have started well. This is
really
my sort of vision as well, because I think that their front row has been absolutely outstanding. One of which, Barrett, was the man who was getting patched up. He's got a lovely white bandage around his head, so we'll keep an eye on that, but it makes him easy to spot. And Town still in possession, just inside their own 30-metre line. Oscar Doran plays it. It goes left to Carter. Carter running like a second row. I think he's good impact after contact there. Phillips goes down the left-hand side. This is Luthwaite clearing the halfway line. They've reached the end of their set. Ball in field to Carter, gets rid of it quickly. Doran will put boot on ball, sends it long, sends it high. Again, Flanagan takes that ball and advances play for Rochdale Hornets, 25 metres from his own line. Hanson feeds it infield looking for Chippendale. Tell you what, he's quite small in stature, is Chippendale, but he's eager to get involved.
He is. I think he's doing really well at the back line here, where the wingers need to come in a little bit more in the centres, and he's just getting that metres perfect for the Hornets side at the moment.
Ioane carries the battle forward for Hornets. Late offload for Whitmore. Whitmore brings it left. Oh, that's a smashing collision there. Excellent tackle there from Jamie Doran. Stopped Wood in his tracks. Kick comes in from Dallimore, however. It's a proper test this for Talentire. Did well there, stood up to the task under the pressure from Flanagan. And this is Corkill bringing it out from his own end, just 12 metres away from his own line. And this is where he'll play it in a more central position. Ball skimmed across left, looking for Oscar Doran. He powers in, reaches just after the 20-metre line. And again it's moved left. Oh, big handoff coming in from Lawther. Lawther's burst into the backfield. Really good run from him, and he's almost reached halfway. Plays it, ball comes in field, looking for Phillips. He in turn finds Grant Reid. Reid powers in, over the halfway line. Workington, last tackle. Carter's under a bit of pressure, but gets his kick away. It's a mid-range one, taken on the full there, and taken on the full by TJ Boyd, who then falls to the challenge that headed his way from Luthwaite. Tell you what, it's going into a bit of an ebb and flow this game now, isn't it? I'm liking the pattern.
Yeah, it's a really good balance, both teams just going at each other, and that's what we want to see.
Still, it's the visitors who are in charge of the scoreboard by 6 points to 0. Ioane reaches his own 14-metre line. We're just past the midway point of the first half. Here comes Chippendale, just tries to skip away from Luthwaite, who grabbed his leg. Up top was Carter to stop the man in his tracks. Sim goes over the halfway line. Matt Ioane has gone off field. He's been replaced. And going on in his place is Lewis Hatton, who's I mentioned before has been in some really good play. Town desperately allowed the ball to bounce, and I think they were dicey with danger there, to be fair.
Yeah, just a tad there. I don't think both players wanted to go for it, but then neither did in the end. And it was a bit of a wicked kick, and now they've got to I'd say just try and get up round halfway here potentially in the set and just build from there.
Fair play from Jamie Dallimore. I mean that was a cracky kick again, wasn't it?
Yeah, showing all his experience in the first 20 minutes here for sure.
So Town just 11 metres away from their own line. Corker will make 4 or 5 metres forward. Hard fought. He'll play this to Jamie Doran. Doran pushes the ball right, and a skipping run comes in from Zaringalia, who is 25 metres away from his own line by the time he plays it to Phillips. Talentire picks up a few metres. Managed to pick up a couple of metres after contact. Lightning quick play the ball. Phillips spots a gap down this right hand side. Here comes Jamie Doran, half breaking. The ball goes loose from his grasp. Referee waves play on. It ends up in the grasp of Flanagan. I think Junior Sow was able to just get hands on it and just funnel it back to his fullback. Flanagan's tackled on his own 40 metre line. Take your eyes off this game at your peril. Unsworth crashes over the halfway line for Rochdale Hornets. Still 6-0 in favour of the visitors. It comes infield to Hanson, just had to alter his stance. He handed on for Hatton, and Hatton makes 5 metres on that carry through that middle. Quick play the ball to Whitmore. Whitmore puts it left. Dallimore gets rid of it quickly. This is Wood spinning through the challenge. Eventually he's controlled and he's on his front, and he plays it to Whitmore. Whitmore moves the ball in field looking for Dallimore, who dummies it once and hands it on to Lewis Hatton. Hatton beats the first man. There's an offload that comes in. Whitmore is on the charge. He then offloads to Barrett. He went forward, but I think that is really fortunate because that was some really, really intricate interplay between the front rowers.
Yeah, brilliant. That was really good work from Rochdale there. They're just literally thinking exactly what I think that Workington need to do in the next couple of minutes. Really, is kind of go up more in pairs potentially and get the chance to get more offloads in, because I think that's what's working really well for Rochdale so far. Is getting the just neat offloads away, and then it's getting the other players on the front foot a lot more.
The middle's being moved around, isn't it? And when you've got, because obviously they've got some big forwards of Workington as well, but they're ending up moving quite laterally, and that's always difficult when you get in that sort of position as a big fella. So Town in possession, about 30 metres away from their own line. It was another good run from Oscar Doran. Here's Lewthwaite, half breaks the line, reaches the 40. Could have done with someone at his shoulder. Phillips goes inside to Scoley. This is Bear Williams. Doesn't fatigue much in games, Bear Williams, or so it shows as he reaches over the halfway line. Carter goes to Lewthwaite. That was really good play, that. He's took a late hit there as Carter. Referee is playing on. Here's Scoley. Back to Phillips. Short ball for Grant Reid. That's better between the front row of Workington. And making the yardage now. Up to the 20 metre line. Last tackle signal. It goes right to Doran. Doran to complete this set. Oh, that's a clever kick back on the inside. They're after it. And it's been palmed back in field by Carter, who's ended up over the advertising hoarding, but it was all in vain and it went dead. So it's going to be tapped on the 20 metre line by Flanagan. Ooh. Couldn't quite do a J Field. Tackled about 30 metres out from his own line. It was a real forceful challenge by Stevie Scoley. I thought it was a good hit, to be honest, from Scoley.
Brilliant, I think he's just feeling the effects of it now.
Chippendale running cross field. Ainley gets him with the help of Jamie Doran. Also Phillips involved. Comes left from Hanson. Good run from Boyd, clearing the halfway line from a Hornets point of view. Still they lead by 6-0. Here's Junior Sow in midfield, rumbling forward. Bear Williams bringing him to the ground. Sim handing on to Hatton. Good running from Hatton. To the edge of the 20 metre line he goes. Hornets in a good position again. It's moved left to Dallimore, the brains, and he takes on Williams, who stands his ground really well. The 15 out from the try line here are the Hornets. Here's Whitmore. Oh, that's a really tame turnover. Did he lose? Did he lose what it was in the count? Did he look to his left-hand side and see that everyone had overrun him?
I think he may have slipped, actually, in terms of where he went, because it looked like he just left a little bit gingerly there.
Oh, here's Zaringalia running from deep. Caught just inside his own 20. Corkill gets rid of one. Eventually rolled to the floor. Still they continue to come direct down the field, do Workington. Played by Lucas Castle, who's just gone on the field. Carter, out to Lawther. Lawther, handing on to Doran. Oscar Doran speeding down the wing. Back in field. The pass was a shocker. Ended up going forward. So unfortunate. He lines that pass up correctly, and there's one or two players that can score a try there for Workington, including debutant Talentire.
Yeah, brilliant work down the left edge there. I mean, Lawther outstanding there to get the ball off to Doran. Got him down that wing, and he was straight away there, and it's great work. But again, just the final moment there just didn't quite work out for Town. But you know, positive impact compared to what they've done so far. So that's it's a chance gone begging, granted. But now that they've had one chance, I'm sure they can make two.
So scrum down in favour of the Hornets. Ball passed out to TJ Boyd. Just gets over that 20-metre line. They've got two quite diminutive wingers, really, Rochdale. This fella's all power, though. Junior South certainly makes up for it, doesn't he? Nice yards from deep. These yardage carries very important from a Rochdale point of view. Wood. Strong carry towards the halfway line for Hornets. Still they lead by 6 points to 0. Kyle would think that was a golden opportunity for Workington Town just a few seconds ago. Meanwhile, Hornets 40 metres away from the try line. Sim linking with Barrett. Barrett just right of centre. Tackled 35 metres out from the line. It goes right to Hansen. Hansen looks up, puts his kick high. Talentire has to retreat. Retreats to his own line. Then advances a couple of metres on the kick return. Done all right as the young man plays it back. Infield it's moved. Doran, Oscar Doran runs to the 10. Lawther in at dummy half. There's been havoc every time he's touched the ball, but he likes to pass it to Galea. Zarim, 15 metres out from his own line, plays it. Ball moved to Corkill. Does that late step which takes him past Wood, takes him to the 30-metre line, plays for the penalty that's not forthcoming. It goes right to Jamie Doran, and Jack Ainley is at his shoulder. Nice quick play of the ball from Ainley. Doran looks up, sees there's nothing doing, kicks it forward himself, all the way down to the 20-metre line where Flanagan takes that one on the full, and he makes 15 metres on the counter-attack. Solid hit up there, and a couple of changes have come in from the Hornets' point of view. We mentioned Lewis Hatton going on. We've also seen Lewis Waterworth just go on the field, and he's passed it, looking for Dallimore, who just seemed to stumble. There was nobody around him then.
No, it's quite an innocuous one in that sense.
Feeling the after effects as well. Chippendale doesn't make much headway, faced with Stevie Scoley and Luthwaite. Just inside their own half of Rochdale. Enjoying the to-in and throw-in of this game as Barrett charges forward. Not enjoying the scoreboard though from a BBC Radio Cumbria point of view. Dallimore completes the set with a kick into the corner. I believe the modern parlance is game management though.
Yeah, really good game management that from Dallimore, just showing his experience, going look, to get up the field, get a kick into the corner, and then try and make Workington go pretty much the full length. Have to go 90 metres here. So yeah, very good kick there. But yeah, I'm watching Flanagan in the background a little bit, and from the knock that he took earlier for Rochdale, he's still struggling with his shoulder a little bit, I think.
Okay, he's very, very deep, isn't he? You know, he's right back in his own 40-metre line as Town are just trying to clear their 20. Here's Lawther, skips off. Oh, he's having a cracking running game. Lawther gets it infield to Carter. Carter will take on Flanagan, and Flanagan brings him down on that aforementioned 40-metre line. Another set of 6 ruled here. Ball comes infield to Lucas Castle. Lucas Castle goes for the middle, makes 10 metres, spins on his axis, goes again, heads towards the 20-metre line. Town are finally on the front foot. It comes infield looking for Bear Williams. He in turn finds Jamie Doran. Doran out wide to Talentire. Over the top. Oh, that was a class ball. And it just went through the arms there of Zarin Galea into touch. That was a super pass. That Brilliant. Was a wonderful pass, that.
Yeah, great cut-out ball from the young man. On his debut today, and Galea just couldn't take it. I don't think it was a bad pass at all. I think it was absolutely wonderful, but it was, again, a potential chance, another one gone begging there for Town.
So they've had the last 2 proper chances of points, haven't they?
Yeah, really good
not been able to take them. The scoreline remains 6-0. I was getting my hopes up there. It was looking really promising for Workington. As it is, just over their own 20-metre line, our Rochdale Hornets. Unsworth makes a good carry down that right-hand side. Plays it to Waterworth, infield to Hanson, gets rid of it quickly to Barrett. They're managing to get some early ball to these props, which is enabling them to make a few more metres. And Sim is having a great game in the middle of the field as he takes another carry to get inside the town half of the field. Waterworth looks to his left, finds Dallymore. Dallymore kicks long. Boyd is after this one. I felt he was offside, Boyd, but he's going to put the pressure on Talentire. But ultimately it goes dead, so it's going to be a tap back on the 20-metre line. 7 tackle set here for Workington. That could be important.
Yeah, definitely. I think quick play of the balls here are absolutely massive, because I think when Town have got quick play of the balls, they've got on a bit of a roll, and I think they want to keep doing that, because it's clearly frustrating the Hornets because they can't quite deal with it. And I think they've got to continue that for until half time at least. And now Town go to the left edge here, and they're pushing forward. They're looking to go a little bit more. Pushing forward up the field, and again here Bear Williams comes in for the carry. He's looking to make good meters there, and a strong tackle made from the Hornets. Just 5 short of halfway now, and now they push it down the left edge here. Now good work there from Luthwaite, getting Town beyond that halfway line now, just 40 shy of the try line. And they go back into the middle. Carter gives it off out back to Doran. Good work there to Jack Ainley, who is well met though from 3 Rochdale Hornets defenders there. And now I think we're on the 4th tackle here. Now back through the middle, but again strong carry, and now on the final tackle is set. What can Town have up the sleeves here? A kick into the corner.
Which an attacking kick as well.
Not quite, but still good work there, and good kick chase on the whole.
A cracking kick, really good set that as well, going the distance down the ground, and as a result they're just 5 metres away from their own line, but they've broken from deep here of Rochdale. Powerful run coming in from Flanagan, wasn't showing any after effects there. In fact, it was TJ Boyd with the carry.
Yeah, strong carry that. Really
he appeared from the sort of line you'd expect a fullback to run, didn't he? It was a great carry. And
yeah, it was. Yeah.
Hornets have their 3rd penalty of the game. A little bit of holding down from a Workington Town point of view. I bet they would have loved that penalty over on that far side when the tackle counter got wiped down a bit earlier. But here come Hornets on the halfway line. Ball work back to Jordan Sim. Sim makes 5 or 6 metres, plays it to Waterworth. Dallymore's to his right. He runs across field and links with Hanson. Hanson lines it up for Flanagan, gets rid of it quickly to Unsworth. Unsworth backs into the defence, ends up being controlled pretty well there by Carter. They're about 35 metres away from the line here are Rochdale. Barrett takes over in the middle. Carries Hornets 25 metres out. Comes left to Sim. Sim plays it out. Dallymore. Flanagan, long ball out to Boyd. Boyd he's put into touch. He tried the athletic offload and the ball beat him into touch as well.
Yeah, you can see what he was trying there, just to get it back to Junior Sow potentially, but no, it just didn't quite work out for him there. But again, it's very elusive, isn't it? I think it's fair to say.
I like the look of him. Yeah, he is. You can see why he was in a Super Leagues club set up for a couple of seasons, can't you?
For sure.
Luthwaite on that left-hand side will play this ball 20 metres in from touch. Jude Lupton is on now for Workington Town, and he passed the ball to his left-hand side to Lawther, who wrestles with 2 defenders. Bradish does well on that occasion. Carter, ambitious pass out to Doran. Doran to Talentire, and Sow used all of his experience to cut off the movement. The plate still inside their own 40-metre line. He's put right to Jack Ainley. Strong carry, 15 metres gain from the second rower. Plays it to Carter, who turns it infield for Jamie Doran. Next in the middle is Bear Williams. Stop just over the Hornets 40-metre line. Last tackle here, it goes right to Doran. Doran kicks, and it's spinning and it's swirling. A devilish one, and he made that look so easy, did Flanagan. A class take from the Hornets fullback. He's 15 out from his own line.
Yeah, great work there from him, and now Dallymore's looking to push up the field himself now. Just past the 20-metre line here, and now the Hornets will push it right. Big carry there, trying to push it through, but again, he's well met. And now a quick play of the ball there. And now they're trying to make some metres down the right edge and they've passed beyond the 40.
Yeah, Chippendale it was who's been tackled there. He's got like a 1990s boy band hairdo as well.
Yeah, like boys or no.
Barrett's rolled on his back, 45 metres away from their own line. They'll be happy with the containment that they've done in this set, will Town, as the kick goes long. Oh, it's a cracking one over the head. Has it got the angle? No, it's not. It's going to curve and go dead. Wow, that was so close to being a 40-20 with the way that it was kicked and it was rolling.
It just took it, didn't it? That's happened a couple of times, and this third time it's happened in this game so far, where the kicks have just gone a little bit too deep.
So into the closing stages of this first half, still 6 points to 0 in favour of Rochdale Hornets. It's ebbed, it's flowed. The only thing we haven't seen is a Workington try. Is it coming in this set? Well, Doran has ideas, drops it back to Bear Williams. He crashes forward over the halfway line. They're in centre field. Jude Lupton will push the ball left to Carter. Carter will link with Talentine. Talentine gets it. Oh, he's got it brilliantly. He's put it wide. There is a try coming up. Talentine take a bow. He's kicked it forward into the backfield. A bit of ingenuity from the debutant fullback. He's collected and put the ball to his left-hand side. Oscar Doran's in for his 4th try of the season. Wow, what a kick, what a play.
Absolutely, I think he's been watching a little bit of Carlisle United there with that one. A brilliant little kick there, little neat kick, and he caught it in a beautiful little pass into the corner, and Workington have got the first points of the afternoon, and I have to admit, Dave, it's thoroughly deserved. The last 10-15 minutes have really come into this. They've had a couple of opportunities, but that was a little bit more off the cuff. But again, Oscar Doran this time caught it beautifully, and he strolled underneath the post with no one near him, and now, what is it, slightly to the left-hand side of the post, and it could be a levelled-up scoreboard just before half-time.
Yeah, I missed that little detail, didn't I, about him running towards the post, which, I'm sure Jake Carter will thank him for this.
Absolutely, I don't think he'll be able to kick it from the corner.
54 goals this season for Carter. There's been a few stoppages in this game, but I feel we're in the closing stages of this first half, and what a response from Workington when it did come. That was class from Talentire. And then, of course, Oscar Doran to his left-hand side. The flags are raised. The hooter goes. It was closer for half-time than I could have possibly anticipated. 6-all is how it is at the break.
And here we go, the referee has blown his whistle and he kicks it off left. A nice little neat kick, but it is eventually taken there by Mason Luthwaite.
Oh, he juggled it, didn't he?
Yeah, just about there. But now Workington will look to bring it out themselves through Lawther, and he gets a bit more central into the field here. And now they push it again, back through the middle there. Strong work there from Lucas Castle, and it pushes Town above the 40. Now they're going to try and get to halfway, which they do through the debutant and the try Scott. Well, creator, yes. Now Bear Williams here, and he forces himself with a thunderous charge, and now his 5th and final tackle of the set. What can Doran do here? An attacking kick. He's going to be trying taken by Max Flanagan, but it is dropped. But the referee said it's back to one here, and now is a full set, just 25 out, and Doran's trying to find a bit of a space here. Goes left to Luthwaite, now just 10 shy of the line with a full set for Town to go. What can they provide? Now Bear Williams goes himself, just charges forward that little bit closer to the try line here, just a few shy of the line, and they push it out back now. Doran tries to find a space, but he can't there, and it's great work there from Rochdale to keep him out. There's still plenty of tackles left in the set here. Now again, big work. Williams though is met with big tackle there from the Hornets, and now push it left through Carter. Carter tries to find a bit of space, not quite there. Another good tackle there on their own try line here, Rochdale, but good start here from Town. Now Doran gives it off to Ainley, who's had a strong first half, but now we're at the final tackle of the set, and it goes. They're going to run it. They've found a little bit of space.
Has he got in? Has he got in? Lucas Castle.
No, the referee. He said it's the fifth and final tackle, and that's all we've got time for.
Tell you what, that was a cracking attack, that wasn't it, from Workington, yeah. And again winning the ball back from that high kick initially from Doran, and then Doran was at the hub of that particular action as Hornets take possession again.
They do indeed, and now they look to try and build the way back up the field after an early error in the set, and they do through a penalty as well.
If there's one element of this game that we can criticise of Workington, it's this penalty count. It's going against Town by 4-0.
Yeah, constantly. I just feel like it's this, and it just keeps helping this Hornets side up the field. And now what? They've got 30 metres there just with that one drive. But we're back underway, and the referee has told them to go back from the start again.
I don't think he was happy with where he tapped it from.
No, I don't think he was either. But now a big drive there from Josh Simu, we've seen a lot of it. Jordan Sim, we've seen a lot of during this game so far, and then Lewis Hatton again charges forward as he has done throughout the 2026 campaign. And then Waterloo looks to go one way, then goes the other. And now a potential big tackle in there, and it's a good drive. And he gets up slowly off his feet there. But now they go down to the left edge here. And then good work there from Ethan Wood. Keeps the ball live and keeps good post contact meters as well for Rochdale here, just 20 short of the line, more central to the field. And it's the final tackle of the set. What have they got up the sleeves now? Waterworth gives it off to Hansen. Hansen goes through the hands. Good work there from Town. Keep out the Hornets for sure.
Yeah, it was excellent work near their own line from Workington then. Even though Unsworth came at that like a bullet, he looked like he was always going to be stopped by Town. Some really good working defence there. Yeah,
just 5 short, but now it's all again for Workington, just seeing out the set and seeing what they can provide. And Rio Corkill with this one. He charges forward, and he makes about around 10 metres then, tries to get a quick play of the ball, which he does. And again, really good work there. Just keeps pushing Town forward and makes another 10 metres.
There's a Hornet who's down in the background. It might be Barrett actually, who's receiving a bit of attention.
Who's been in the wars throughout the game so far as well.
Oh, it is going to have to be a change.
And now play continues though through Doran. Doran looks to go himself, which he does, and pushes Town beyond halfway. And a set restart on the final play of the set there. And Carter here just gives it off to Luther, who's thinking let's maybe just restart the set again. And now a penalty as well for a high shot. Just 30 metres out here, Town, so will they potentially run it or will they go for 2 points?
And just the first penalty of the game as well. Tell you what, Barrett looks really unsteady on his feet, doesn't he? He's really been in the wars. It's been a good effort from him over the course of this game. Town, meanwhile, not messing around, sticking the ball into touch, and they'll start this attack 20 metres out from the line.
It's 10 short, in fact, now I think actually. It's an even better kick than you thought there.
I can't measure.
But Evan Lord gets us back underway, and he's going to go himself here. He's going to find a bit of a space, and he doesn't. He's taken into touch, and I think John Segal will be quite disappointed with that in terms of the first tackle. He just saw something down the short side there, but it wasn't quite on, and Rochdale were well onto it.
I thought that was a bit of a wasted opportunity, to be honest, from Evan Lawther. I know he spotted something, and to be fair, this winger opposite him in Chippendale is only about half his size.
Yeah.
But there was 3 numbers there from a Hornets point of view, and they just forced him over the touchline.
They did, yeah. But now match is back underway here, with the Hornets looking to drive forward throughout this set. Just 15 short of their own line now. Well, Chippendale comes in for that one, but a great tackle there. Make sure he's not going to make any more yards. And again, they go back through the middle. And good footwork there. Pushes Rochdale just 40 away. And now Junior Sal there, as he's done throughout his career. Great leg drive, which has pushed him beyond the halfway line there. And now they go back through the middle. And now a big hit. Vale Williams is not going to let him pass there. Lewis Hatton, but the 5th and final tackle of the set here. Jamie Dallimore kicks into the corner, and it is dropped, but it's dropped backwards, so it's all good for Town on that one.
Yeah, Talentire takes possession just 5 metres away from his own line. Initially it was a race to the ball, I suppose, from Zarin Galia over on that right hand side, and Town 10 metres away from their own line. Ball pushed to the left hand side. Carter gets rid of it to Evan Lawther, who has a second go at the defence. He's definitely had 3 shredded week this morning here.
Yeah, he's well into it.
Powerful run, as is that from Jack Ainley, which clears the 30 metre line. The crowd really starting to get behind their Town charges, and a long kick comes in from Carter. Goes in behind TJ Boyd, who has to retreat to his own line to get it. Whew, he nearly went over the touchline, to be fair there. Twinkle-toed his way back in field, and Hornets back in possession. We're still 6-all here if you're just joining us for this second half. Second half, that's what, about 6.5, 7 minutes old. And here's Junior South, wound himself up from deep. I'm not sure what he was pointing at then.
I think he was trying to say, I'm going to pick you out there.
And then picked out another guy, to be fair. Jordan Sim used to probably do that with his footwork, and now he's just saying, I'm going to tell you where I'm going to run. Here's Hatton. Oh, a good surge there. Jude Lupton stood his ground well, ended up conceding a couple of metres. On this right hand side, it's kicked up in the air by Hanson. A short range kick. Oh, it's juggled and spilled by Oscar Doran into the arms of Chippendale, but they're offside here, Rochdale Hornets. So Workington will have their second penalty of the half, their second penalty of the game, and they'll kick their way out of danger.
Yeah, good work that from Rochdale, but again, with a penalty there, just I'd say a pressure relieving one in terms of where it could have gone. It's a great kick as well. That's
a super kick downfield. Just looking where the touch judge is running, he's run all the way down to the 30 metre line down the other end of the ground. That's gone about 50-60 metres, that kick. Tapped by Lawther, no thoughts of running it himself this time. Ball ends up in the arms of Lucas Castle. Lucas Castle 22 metres away from the line, Lupton at dummy half, hands on to Doran. Doran's got a bit of support. He had Stevenson alongside him. Carries the ball to the 10 metre mark, plays it to Lupton. Lupton puts it left. Carter, short ball to Luthwaite. Luthwaite too big and strong. What a great line to hit from the second rower. Town in front for the first time in this game. They lead by 10 points to 6. A really impressive surge and attack down this left hand side. And Luthwaite the beneficiary.
Yeah, an absolute coach's dream. That is a beautiful line there from Luthwaite, and you can see it's been coming this second half here. They've started very, very well with Workington, and they're just providing a lot more quality. And Jake Carter there, again, just a training ground routine, but it's come off to absolute fruition there, and I'm sure John Scholl will be delighted with that one. And a set that could have gone a completely different way has gone the other way, and I'm sure Tam will be over the moon.
So Jake Carter has this conversion attempt over on the left hand side of the field. In that corridor where you expect your 70-80% kickers to kick it.
Yeah,
I wonder whether he'll be successful. Fifth try of the season as well for Luthwaite. Jake Carter on this left hand side of the field. Steps in. Oh, has he got enough for that? He's hit the post. So the scoreline remains 10 points to 6 in favour of the hosts, but more importantly for Workington, they've had the last 2 tries of the game.
They have indeed, and I think what they've provided is a lot more quality in those kind of areas where they, you want to push up the field, which for one they have done. That kick was a great kick from the penalty, but just that little bit of confidence that they've now got in the veins since that try at half-time, just before half-time.
Dallymore sends his kick down the middle of the field. It's played off the boot of Carter. Did really well to control it. That was a first touch to be proud of. He handed on to Castle. Castle's just outside his own 25 metres away from his own line, I should say. Bear Williams will make a further 10 metres forward. You just can't seem to tire him out. He's like the Duracell bunny, is Bear Williams. Infield, it's moved. Doran gets rid of it to Carter, who's full of running. Bursts into the backfield just slightly. Hatton drags him down. Another set of 6 coming up for Workington. Here's Stevenson tearing his way down the ground. Will he fancy an offload? He's He has done to Carter. Carter stepping back to the middle. He offloads as well to Talentire. Talentire throws a dummy. He's inside the 20-metre mark now. Town have emerged as a real attacking threat in this second half. Ball goes down the right-hand side to Jamie Doran. In on the run is Corkill. Crashed into a defender there. 15 metres out from the try line. It comes back to the middle. Jamie Doran across, linking with Carter. Carter out to Lawther. Lawther, like some colossus standing. Almost like some Greek god standing amongst the defenders there. Infield, it's moved to Lucas Castle. Castle goes headlong for the line, 5 metres out. He plays it to Lupton. Lupton links, goes to Stevenson. Stevenson on to Carter. Carter handed on to Bear Williams. Williams is caught just shy of the try line. Tell you what, there's only 2 defenders out there. If they can get the ball in the right areas, Doran slides it in behind. Oh, and that's been grounded. Zaringalia. The kick came in to perfection from Jamie Doran. He's been doing that all the way through his days. He can still come up with a bit of magic, and Zaringalia sprinkling the stardust and coming up with the points.
Yeah, brilliant. And Zaringalia in a slightly different role today. Scored his first try of the afternoon, and Town's third as well. But really, really good work. Again, they caught that right edge napping in the sense there. Quick players of the ball, a couple of offloads in that set, really got Town on the front foot. And what you saw there, it was just a little bit of quality and experience from Jamie Doran, a little neat kick into the in goal, and it was pounced on by Zaringalia.
How good was that interplay in the middle though? Because
really
it all came, didn't it, from Jude Lupton the play before, who ran at the defence. He's not done any running so far, so he ran at the defence, offload. The defence was dragged in, wasn't it?
Yeah, but that's kind of what I was speaking about in the first half. I think it's just trying to get as many offloads out as possible, because a defensive unit can't deal with that, because it's constantly going about the game. And in that scenario there, you had just a couple of offloads in one tackle, and it just kind of it put Rochdale massively on the back foot. And pretty much back-to-back tries there for Towns. Absolutely wonderful to see.
Yeah, back-to-back tries by the run of the game.
Yeah, indeed.
So Carter from out wide hit the post with his last conversion attempt. He's wide with this one. 14 points to 6 is how it remains, but crucially the gap is up to 8 points now in favour of Town.
Yeah, really, really good start to the second half. Strong, positive, and I'm sure Johnson got a little bit over the moon with the way they've started, and I think that half-time team talk has given them a lot of confidence.
Dallymore on the halfway line. Kicks it to Carter, finds him.
He's got a wicked kick on him.
He has. Here's Castle. That's a great carry back into contact. Over the 20-metre line goes the big prop forward. Infield it now comes to Lewthwaite. Feels the full brunt to a 3-man Hornets challenge. 30 metres from his own line. Lupton comes down left. Carter goes to Lawther. Brushes away from Coleman, who's a fresh pair of legs on for Rochdale Hornets. Another big forward. Played extensively in the community game. Kick comes in from Jamie Doran to complete the set. It takes a wicked bounce, and he's taken on that far side by TJ Boyd. Infield to Flanagan. Flanagan on the fly, and he's rolled on his back. Ends up being some good defence there from Jake Carter. Jude Lupton also involved. This is Coleman. It's played for East Leeds. And also York Acorn in the community ranks. Unsworth over the halfway line. Now Hanson in the middle. Buzzes across. Links with Dallymore on the left. First time we've really seen Hornets in attack and in a decent position, as so he's tackled 25 metres out from the line over in the left centre position. Here's Hatton. Only knows one way forward. It's another block-busting run from the substitute prop. Gets inside the 20-metre line in centre ground. The ball has gone loose. The referee has decided there's hands in. And Hornets have their 5th penalty. Now they trail by 8 points. I think they just want to tap and get on with this one, don't they?
Yeah, that little bit of momentum they've got in this set, they just want to build on that.
So Jaden Days takes it into Bear Williams, and Bear Williams, like Merlin once said, or Gandalf, you shall not pass. Off down the left it goes. Dallymore delays his pass. Here's Wood. After try number 7 of his season, hauled down short of the line. Dallymore working dummy half. Oh, he's spotted something. He's gone over. Well, they've conceded 2 soft tries in the end from dummy half. as an attacking team, you love to score tries like that close to the line. Dallimore using all of his experience to come up with try number 6 of his season.
Yeah, just a bit of a show and go there, and again it's very similar to the first half really, but a very disappointing one that for Town in terms of just not switching on and stuff, and you could see what Dallimore did. He went to go one way, then went the other. It just, again, it's your classic, I'd say, hooker player, but obviously the half-back, but he shined in there, and it's worked out quite well for Rochdale as they're most certainly back in this game. Yeah,
and just over to the left-hand side of the post, Dallimore says, I'm going to give this a go at kicking it as well. So he's after goal number 6 of his season to drag Hornets back within 2 points of Workington. Hope you're enjoying coverage of this game as much as we're enjoying bringing it to you this afternoon, courtesy of BBC Radio Cumbria Sports and the BBC Sports website and app. Championship Rugby League for your afternoon entertainment on a Sunday. Slightly later kick-off time. Flags are raised. The kick is successful from Dallimore. It is a Dallimore kick, that one. 1 from 1 from the half-back, who has done some sterling work for the size that he's represented.
And the connection to the goalkeeper there was number 6, Jamie Dallimore.
Back on the halfway line, Towner there. Carter gets his kick off long. Dallimore retreats from it, juggles with it on his own line, hands it into Jordan Days. Big run forward from the Jamaican international, 12 metres out from his own line. Hatton will make 5 or 6 more metres, under some duress though from 3 Town defenders. Waterworth handing on to an on-rushing Unsworth. Unsworth was rolled on his back 30 metres out from his own line, plays it to Waterworth. Waterworth goes to Days again. Nice little bit of footwork, half tucking past Stevenson, who then recovered. And he marches forward a couple of metres after contact. Referee says he can't be doing that though, pushes him back to the 40. And that's where the ball will be played to Waterworth. He scoops it left to Jordan Sim. Thought he had a great first half, Jordan Sim. Stopped just inside his own half of the field. Ball back now with Hanson, who positions himself just right of the ruck. High hanging kick. Doran comes for it. Easy take from Oscar Doran. 30 metres out from his own line. Makes some good metres after contact. Phillips is on the field, back again for Workington. And he runs from dummy half, just Phillips. Goes to Talentire. A little bit of footwork from the fullback, who then gets overwhelmed. I think he hit the wrong man in. Isaac Coleman to run at then. Doran drops it back to Zarin Galea. Popped up in the middle of the field there, did Zarin. Phillips runs, links with Carter on this left-hand side. Carter pops it out. Oh, it's been intercepted here. Intercepted by Chippendale, who clears the halfway line. Oscar Doran's in hot pursuit. Doran will haul him down. Hauls him down 15 out from the try line. But Hornets on the front foot. Here's Flanagan. Flanagan takes on the defenders. Brushes through 2. And he's gone over by the side of the post. Well, all that came off what should have been a really good attack that was building for Workington Town. The interception came from Chippendale, who went fully 60 metres down the ground. Oscar Doran did an amazing job at bringing him down, but there was too many defenders chasing back, and they've come up with the last 2 tries of Hornets. They scored that one in the 60th minute.
Yeah, disappointing one that again for Rochdale, for Workington, because what you saw there straight away was, I think Carter just held onto the pass a little bit too long. If he'd have maybe got it out a couple of seconds before, again it could have been a really, really good attack, but it was really well read from Chippendale, and he just charged down the field, and ever since then it just looked like they were at 6s and 7s in defence really, which is understandable in that scenario because it probably wasn't as expected. But yeah, credit to Max Flanagan in that sense for Rochdale, as he's put them back in front this afternoon. Just like pretty much straight in front of the sticks as well.
So 14 to Town, 16 to Rochdale. Dallimore taking all of the time available to him.
I think we're in front of absolutely wonderful last 20 minutes of this game.
We've got an issue here with one of the Town players. Is this Oscar Doran who's coming off? It was a hell of a chase from him. He's had more than his first share of injury woes over the last 2 or 3 years. Previously with Whitehaven, of course. Dallimore, meanwhile, steps in. Flags raised again. Workington Town 14, Rochdale Hornets 18.
Successful conversion by number 6, Jamie Dallimore.
62 minutes of the game gone. So a little bit of a reshuffle. It means that Corkill will come out to this left wing. Kick comes in from Carter. Lewthwaite's gone into the centre over on that right side. Here's Jordan Days. Running back strongly, he's lost the ball. Oh, there's another penalty here going the way of Hornets. 6-2 they lead in the penalty count, 18-14 on the scoreboard. Just a couple of things that are starting to go against Town in these last few minutes.
Yeah, I think what we've seen here, I think Rochdale have just got massively back onto the front foot in terms of the game as a whole. I think that those 2 tries, the big 2 sucker punch tries there, but you've got to try and put that your back in your mind and focus on the next players now.
Unsworth up to the halfway line. Waterworth goes infield to Hanson. In he links with Lewis Hatton. Another full bloodied effort from Hatton. He's got no regard for his own body, has he?
No, he's always been like that for the last few years when I've watched him. He just goes 100 mile an hour 90% of the time.
And here he comes again for another carry. Jordan Sim with the last one for Hornets. They're 25 metres away from the try line. Days using the big fellas. Rolled on his back is Jordan Days. Last tackle signalled here. Ball scooped left to Dallimore. Dallimore just dabs it over the top. And then it's hit out of play. I don't blame Zaringalier for doing that at all. It's going to be a dropout from under the post.
Yeah, and they want good length on this as well. They'll try and get as much length as possible, I assume, because try and potentially do what we've seen a couple of times in Super League this season.
Carter sends it long. He'll reach the halfway line, fielded on the full by Flanagan, who goes to Jordan Days, who is running the line just to his left. Made a good 15-16 metres there, did Days. Hanson moves into dummy half. Jordan Sim, ever a keen and available runner to his left. He carries on, taking Hornets down the ground. They lead in this one by 18 points to 14, remember, to the Hornets. Here's Wood, bursting down that left-hand side, angling just back towards the middle slightly. Waterworth into the arms of Dallimore, who runs across 2 players, then links with Hanson. Hanson, oh, it's opened up for him. He then slips the ball out, and it was a forward pass. And in fact, the referee has spotted a obstruction. So the penalty goes the way of Workington Town. That was fortunate there.
Yeah, massively. I think they rolled with the punches at times in the second half, and they've massively got away with one there in terms of I just thought for all the money. Looked exactly like Rochdale were going to be in for the 4th try, but they're not. And Workington can build now and try and push beyond the halfway line.
Yeah, Bear Williams with the first carry. He's just put down his own side of the halfway line. Phillips goes into the arms of Rafiti. So Town have used all their substitutions. So too have Hornets. Phillips darts away. Oh, he's got some support from Stevenson. The ball goes wide. Oh, into the arms of Chippendale again. But the referee realised that there was an obstruction, and a penalty will go the way of Town.
Yeah, that was again another one where brilliant work there from Phillips in general. He just needed someone on his shoulder there to just give it to, like I say, running 2s, and didn't quite work out. But they've got a penalty nevertheless, and now they can look to, throw a lot of shape at this Hornets side now with just 15 shy of the line.
Yeah,
dead central pretty much.
Callum Phillips to tap this ball. Castle's offering himself up. Runs a short line. Powers his way to the 10. Directly in front of the posts. Another 5 tackles to come. Phillips out to the right hand side. It's then fanned further wide out to Jack Ainley. Ainley put down right on the try line. Phillips will send it infield for Castle. Castle links with Carter. Carter goes straight. Carter offloads. Here's Talentire. Can't just sneak his way over. Just tackled short of the line. Here's Rafiti. Overwhelmed in the tackle there is Rafiti. Still just 2 metres out from the try line, Workington. Phillips brings it right. Carter onto Jamie Doran. He just held the ball. Now Talentire goes back on an infield track. 5 metres out from the line. Last tackle signalled here for Workington Town. Can they get something off the back of it? Oh, that was a wide pass. Forward pass ruled against Jamie Doran. It's going to be a turnover on the 10-metre mark. Chance goes a begging for Workington.
Yeah, it does. I thought it was really good defence from Rochdale there in the sense though, because they got thrown a lot of shape out there and they defended very well in that sense. Like, I think there's certain times if you've been ever so critical, maybe a little bit slightly behind, but really good. Now they've just got to try and force the error.
67 minutes of the game gone. It's a thriller down here at the Fibrous Community Stadium this afternoon. Hornets just outside their own 20-metre line. Nice quick play of the ball. TJ Boyd trying to make a bit of hay off the back of it. Put down just inside his own 40. Plays it in centre field. They go again through that middle. These quick play of the balls at the moment. They've upped the tempo and it's finding gaps in the defence. Here comes TJ Boyd again. Stepping run into the 30-metre line as far as Town are concerned. Off left with Dallimore. Dallimore runs at the defence. Takes the challenge. Good work. Lucas Castle stood him up perfectly. And it's going to be a turnover.
Yeah, outstanding work there, and yeah, I don't think it was a bad set in terms for Workington though, because they didn't defend poorly at all, and I think now they can look to build up the pitch and potentially, yeah, see what they can do. Lewthwaite
is the first carry in that more unaccustomed centre position on the right-hand side. Galea runs out of dummy half. Can he find a gap? No, he can't on this occasion. Stop behind his own 40-metre line. Phillips goes to Lawther. Lawther skips, goes direct. Another strong carry from the big man. And Doran goes to Jack Ainley. Stevie Scola heading back onto the field. There's a loose offload and it goes the way of Jamie Doran. So the referee ruling the tackle count will continue. The 40 metres away from the line. Our Town, Stevenson will chalk another 7 or 8 metres off. Lucas Castle has gone off. On the left with Carter, gets his kick away, into the corner it goes. Flanagan has positioned himself behind his own try line, then charges out to the 20 to tap, gets a nudge from the referee who then says, nah, you've got to go back. I'm not ready.
He was not a happy man with that decision.
He wasn't happy.
I think it was at his players as well there though.
So tries to go forward. Double substitution coming the way of Hornets as well. Mark Ioane has gone on, so too has Ross Whitmore again. Days takes that first impact, gets away from Stevie Scully again. He's off on a little run in the middle. Eventually, unconventionally, he's rattled to the floor by Phillips. And Ioane had such an influence on that first 20 minutes, 25 minutes that he was on. Charges beyond the halfway line. Whitmore, the Scottish international, go down the left to Dallimore. Dallimore throws a dummy, full of running. The ball goes loose over his grasp. Well, he just took a little bit of a hit there, I think, from Toure Rafiti, who just positioned himself perfectly.
Yeah, he did, yeah. It was similar to a game I caught last night in Bradford versus Wigan, in the terms of when the half-back had the ball, and he just lost the ball in terms of just a little bit of contact, but no, good work there defensively from Workington to force the error.
See what, Lucas Castle was still prowling the touchline there. He's
he does not want to come off here.
Didn't really want to go off. He's like, I'm ready if you need me. It comes left from the scrum and goes to Corkill. Corkill tackled midway between the 40 and halfway. Still his side of the halfway line. Bear Williams will cross that mark. Channelled his inner power lifter as he took on Coleman. Oh, there's a mistake there from Phillips at dummy half. Get that mark, the rear than hen's teeth, those type of mistakes from Phillips, especially this season. He's been Mr. Consistency as far as Town are concerned.
Yeah, again, disappointing in terms of Town there, because just looking to build something. They've made an error.
Into the final 10 minutes of this game, Town are trailing by 4 points.
I'd even look potentially for an interception at some point in this set if possible.
Dallimore positioning himself deep, went to South on a run, he's charging on. Oh, that was good defence. He was well marshalled there by Jamie Dorham. Got across to make the tackle. He made plenty of metres though. He made about 25 metres on the carry. Wood doesn't make that many metres going forward, but takes the ball to a more central position. Whitmore skims it right to Hatton. He'll make some metres forward. Another great run towards the 10. Emerges with a very quick play of the ball, and like Ioane, he bundles his way forward for the try line. Just held up short. Whitmore will send it. No, he won't send it. He'll try and dive over again. Have the defence got hold of him? I think they have. He's still just inside the field of play. Last tackle signalled here for Rochdale Hornets. It goes left again to Dallimore. Dallimore dummies. Dallimore goes for the line. Dallimore could prove the match winner. How often has he proven a thorn in the Workington town side? He's managed to find a way through there as Jamie Dallimore. 2 tries for him this afternoon.
Yeah, great work there from Dallimore. He's just been strong all afternoon, and I think he's been so deceptive at times with his running game. And every time you think he's going to give the ball, he just goes himself or something. But that was it was something we've seen for years, and it was the experience he's shown there. And to crash over at this point in the game, it's a massively important try for Rochdale in the context of the match. And I think he was going for a completely different celebration to what we've seen him do before.
It's after his 3rd goal as well, to be honest. He's Dallimore.
Yeah, he's had a bit of a wow of a game. Certainly second half, especially, really coming to his own.
Served Barrow particularly well in an earlier spell up here in Cumbria. Former Wigan St Cuthbert's amateur, didn't actually turn professional until mid-20s.
Yeah, he's had a brilliant last few years, and he's looking to convert his third try and try of the game.
So currently 22 points to 14 in favour of Rochdale. Can he make it 24-14? Steps in, right-footed. He's hit the post. It's no goal. 14-22 is how it remains. 2 from 3 now for Dallimore, but more importantly for him, 2 tries, and the gap is 8 points. So Town still need to score twice.
Yeah, I think it's pretty evident that they need to kick short here potentially from the restart and just try and get the ball back, or try and get some sort of work going in their own half this time.
Got 4 men across the 10-metre mark. Would have gone short. Who's contesting that one? Well, the ball bounces and bobbles into the arms there of Junior Sow, and there's a couple of defenders that have got away from him. And he's motored inside the Workington half of the field. Well, I suppose they had to take the chance. Here's Wood, rushing forward. Oh, there's a collision between 2 Town players. That looked rather ugly. And it looks like a bad knock, this, for Callum Phillips.
Yeah, he's just come off completely the wrong side of it there.
It's almost like he knocked into one player and then knocked forward into his other player. It
was a tough one to watch.
Not had much luck over the last few weeks as Callum Phillips with head knocks in particular. The doctor straight out there to him as well. And there's another Town player down in the background as well. I think it's Jack Ainley, wasn't it, who ended up patted the ball back, but it went into the arms there of Junior Sow. It's a potential double substitution here. There'll be...
it's probably the last we've seen of them today as well. Potentially.
Lupton will go on.
substitution for time number 18.
And the doctor on the far side is now tending to Jack Ainley. Loads of concern being shown for him. Been a busy afternoon for the doctor, hasn't it? We've seen him whiz by us a couple of times.
Yeah. He's had it all on this afternoon. It looks like he's okay to continue though.
They're brave, these rugby players. so brave. I'll always marvel at the strength of character that they show. So, Ainley gets back into position. He's okay to continue. We'll just wait until the doctor and physio clear the field. The clock has been stopped, so we've still got about maybe 7 minutes remaining. Ball goes left off the play, the ball to Mark Ioane. Carries towards the 20-metre line from a Rochdale Hornets point of view. It's Hornets who lead in this one by 22 points to 14. Jordan Days through the middle, hands on to Hansen, who swaps it back to Coleman. Coleman like a bowling ball. No one can get a grip of him, and he's 12 metres out from the line. Wriggles like an electric eel on the floor. Ball goes left to Dallimore. Dallimore handing on to Wood, who's been quietly efficient down that left-hand side. Whitmore goes from dummy half. He's over the line. Has he been able to ground? He's held up. They've done magnificently well there of Town. I thought Whitmore was in for his second try, and to be fair, so did he.
Yeah, outstanding work there in terms of the defensive work there, because they've been caught out twice in the game. You certainly don't want to be caught out for a third time in the match, and they weren't. So
it's a turnover, 10 metres out from the try line. Lots of work to do here for Workington. Zaringalia runs across field, goes right headlong then at Unsworth. Here's Lawther. If ever you need one of his carries, it's now, and he offloads for Corkill. Just outside their own 20-metre line. Bear Williams, big carry. All held. Here's Carter, links with Doran. Doran moves it right. Talentire gets rid of it quickly. On to Mason Luthwaite. There's no denying that since Doran went off, there's been a real mix and match around the back line. It's had that sort of feel, hasn't it?
Yeah, it plays just like having to reshuffle. It can always be difficult, but I don't think it's quite worked as well for Town as they'd hoped.
Jamie Dallimore is down. I think he's playing more the old soldier act, because he's a tough character.
Yeah. He also knows the time on the clock in terms of just to make it a little bit easy for his side in terms of taking the sting out of the game.
He's giving him a rest period, isn't he?
Yeah,
Whitmore's taken a knee as well. I mean, let's be honest, you do everything in your favour, don't you, if you're going to get a win?
Yeah, 100%.
And you're going for the win. So what we're seeing is not unusual.
No, I can show that a couple of my teammates do that from time to time if we're in a tight game.
And it has been a pretty tight game, this, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has, yeah. I think I don't think it's been an 8-point. There's 8-point difference whatsoever for either side. I think it's just been a really close game. I mean, there's only one try in it.
Yeah.
So that kind of tells you how tight it's been.
So there's a bandage that's being placed on the other Rochdale Hornets player, Whitmore. I always think if you're doing like a head injury like that, should you not automatically be checked for a head injury assessment as well?
Yeah, I think you have to. It's different codes to it, isn't there, I suppose, but yeah.
So Town back underway, clearing the halfway line with Stevenson. Pushes strongly to Stevenson. It's the last tackle as far as Workington are concerned. Ball goes left to Carter. He plays it through the hands onto Doran. Doran out to Talentire. Talentire onto Lawther. Lawther is grounded, but he's up on his feet again. The ball goes loose. It comes back in field. Hot Potato Rugby League from Workington. Jamie Doran on the right-hand side. Ingenious kick there for Lewthwaite. Ball comes in field to Ainley. Oh, it's Hot Potato Rugby League. It's back with Talentire down this left-hand side. He handed on for Lawther, and ultimately I think he took a slip there, did Lawther.
Yeah, they were trying to do the Ireland Globetrotters there, I think, but it didn't quite work out on that occasion. But you could see what they were trying, and I think with the time of the game as well, you've got nothing to lose.
It's Chippendale. How important was his intercept, which led to that try from Flanagan, which put the Hornets in front. TJ Boyd. These outside backs have done a good job for Hornets this afternoon. Dallymore handing on for Wood, who came back at Rafiti, and Rafiti wraps him up. 40 metres away from their own line here, Rochdale. Ioannis says, give it me. And he charges forward, makes a good 15 metres on the carry. Nice quick play of the ball. Whitmore's off the back of it. Goes to Hatton. Certainly made an impact this afternoon. Ball goes left. Dallymore will kick for the corner. Kicks it over the touchline. This will eat up a few more seconds. We're into time added on at the end of this game.
Just a few moments left, but really good game managementship again from Jamie Dallymore there for Rochdale.
Disheartening when you look up and you've got 80 metres to go.
And that's the whole point of it, it's just smart gamesmanship.
Lawther takes on Unsworth. Complains bitterly, does Lawther. Pushes his man away. Lupton goes into the middle. Carter gets rid of it to Doran. Doran over the top for Lewthwaite in a little bit of space. Lewthwaite, good carry towards the halfway line. Eventually put down 5 metres in from the touchline. Plays it to Galea. Galea infield for Jamie Doran again. He runs across the middle. Links it to Carter. Carter out the back to Talentire. Talentire drifting across. Nice hands. Lawther's got it on the wing. Lawther's powering down the wing. Gets it infield to Talentire. And Talentire will crown his debut with a try right under the posts. Carter wanting to get on with things incredibly quickly here.
Yeah, great work there down the left edge again, and I think Evan Lawther throughout this game has had an absolutely outstanding match. And now on the wing there, and great push there as well from the debutant, who's got his second try of the afternoon. And a quick kick from Jake Carter here, and he steps up and he absolutely nails it. And I think with what potentially one set, maybe 2 sets in the game left, I think
scoreline is 20-22.
It's a game and a half we've got on our hands here.
It's a good job I took my blood pressure medicine this morning. What a run that was. What a bit of support play. What an offload from Lawther.
Yeah, they can't be long left here at all from the looks of it. I think maybe a minute or two. Yeah.
This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we've got about a minute remaining, if that. Dallymore has slowed to a snail's pace. Back to the middle he goes. Town are down by 2 points. It's all or nothing. Switch play onto Jamie Doran. Doran running cross field, taking the defence on. Can they load it down this left hand side? Lawther's limping actually.
I'm not surprised with the amount of carries that they're taking this game.
Stevenson with a carry through the middle. Did well there, Jack Stevenson. Lupton goes to Carter. Carter links with Doran down this left hand side. Talentire again. Short ball to Lawther. Gets over one. Gets marched towards the touchline. He's still in the field of play. He'll play it to Corkill. Corkill will turn it infield. Doran. The hooter goes. Doran skies this with the kick. They'll chase after it. It's been patted back. Here's Rafiti. Rafiti for the line. Rafiti has released it. Ball goes loose. It's going to get dived upon. Referee has ruled that it's gone forward. Jude Lupton thought that he'd scored. In the end, it comes to nothing. What an exciting bit of play right at the end of the game. Kick came in. It was a kick to perfection from Doran.
It was, yeah. Well, I mean, what a game of rugby league we just watched there. I mean, every time I've commentated on BBC Radio Cumbria this year, I think we've had a tight game which has been within a couple of points, and again the same today. I mean, a brilliant kick there from Doran right into the corner, and it was just anyone's guess who could have got there, and unfortunately it didn't quite work out for Workington. And the game of inches, just the small little details there that just didn't quite come off of them in that instance.